The first beings to come into manifestation on any planetary body and even on stars is the Elohim. Now in Hebrew, the Elohim actually means gods, it's plural. The way I'll explain this now is that the Elohim are cells of God's body, and they are creator beings, and there's different variations and different missions and jobs for the Elohim. To add to this, your high self, the highest expression that's shapeless, that's formless, that's unbounded, is an Elohim being that will one day divide off from this universe and create its own universe with its own planes and realms, that you'll be going on your next cosmic adventure that way when you're ready, if you want to do that. You could stay here and be of service to others, be a master, saint, sage, incarnate more, but all your lives are happening at the same time. And this is where, to understand some of what I'm saying, look at things unboundedly, not in a linear way, look at things in a 360 degree unbounded state. So what we've got is a situation where how the Elohim first manifest on planetary bodies and stars is they divide like a cell divides into, again, from a light blueprint level into a physical form. And at that time, they were nor male nor female, but through intention, with, we could say, the project that's in play, which we leave source to experience and gain knowledge, they could, through thought, see through God how things were meant to be in terms of how do we reproduce this in a physical state so more Elohim souls come in and incarnate for the human experience or other experiences to experience and glean and gain knowledge. So from that process, what happens is males and females were created to procreate for more Elohim souls to come through. It's all done through thought, that they can manipulate the molecular structure and the creation of this physical body. This is how all of this was created, through imagination. There are different factions of the Elohim. There are those that we could say are in service to self or service to others, but when I talk about Elohim, I'm talking about positive beings, and again there's different variations of the positive ones even. Now let's change terminology for, we could say, the service to self Elohim as the lower light network. And this is where, through experience, what I've come to find, that everything is consciousness and awareness, which goes into a vibratorial state which creates sound, sound creates light, and light creates matter. So we all are light, but if you're light, what I would say is you still aren't fully ascended yet. We're talking about light beings here that are in their Merkaba. Once you get past the Merkaba state, you go into a wave function. You're shapeless, you're formless, and you're riding on these waves of rainbow energy that I have experienced, to where that is a projection, even that light, that was to show me how this works on a physical level, so I had reference. This beyond, again, light, even sound and physical matter, that's when you hit the field. So this lower light network, now the negative Elohim, is comprised of various types of reptilians, archons, which in the Nagamati text, for example, they talk about beings that basically look like fetus-like, which are greys, serpent beings, reptilians. And this lower light network, the original fallen Elohim, which are in service to self, again now I'll call them part of the lower light network or the archon network, they created an artificial intelligence to hold a frequency that was to assist them with staying in the original state when they manifested into physical reality, which still gave them trans-dimensional capabilities to stay in that state so they could, we could say, dominate, create and control a reality that they wanted. Through certain events that are unfolding, we're seeing things play out by the day in terms of a control mechanism and network, and eventually this will be knocked out by source, which is happening through the transmissions through the center of this galaxy hitting the stars, which are creating, we could say, solar events. That's one way. But there's a way that this can be fast-tracked or worked in sync with it, which is going to be a byproduct of this anyway, is the hearts and the minds of the people seeing things for what they are in truth. And from that place, transforming the reality. Where we are, we could say, compared to galactic center, and energetically, there are times and cycles in the past where we've had capabilities which we always have, but we could say for some they're either dormant or they're unknowingly accessible. Things like telepathy, levitation, bilocation, inner vision, going beyond a five sensory of sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, which can all be used for multidimensional communication, but also feeling, thought transfer in the mind's eye. And so there is an awakening in place, but no one is our saviour, we are our own saviours. And the greater family of man, the star nations, the positive Elohim, the angelic, we could say, network and realms, saints, sages and masters, not just from this culture but many other cultures, are there to assist with that.